Check it out. Co-powered by the new Nissan Terrano. Smarter, bolder.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Check It Out.
In this episode, we explore the best technology for all you audiophiles out there.
High-res audio, downloads, MP3. It does not matter what format you're using as long as what's playing it sounds amazing.
So on that note, let's take a look at what we have on the show this week.
On today's episode of Check It Out, we bring to you unbeatable car audio technology, best music apps, and budget headphones for an overwhelming sound experience. We also bring you all the highlights of Samsung's flagship phones S8 and S8 Plus India launch.
You're not getting rid of that mustache, are you?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think it looks really, really awesome on my face. I mean, most people would agree with that.
Most people. Including your girlfriend, excluding your girlfriend. Does she know?
Look, I don't need my girlfriend's permission to do anything, okay?
Which basically means she has no idea.
No, she doesn't.
Beautiful. I think that's our cue to begin the show. And before we begin our audio tech special, we've lined up a small treat for all you Samsung fans out there.
That's absolutely right, because Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, the India launch, took place earlier this week, and the Check It Out team were there to bring you all the highlights. Take a look. After making Indians wait for around a month, Samsung has finally brought to the country its new flagship phones, Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. While the S8 is priced at 57,900 rupees, the slightly bigger S8 Plus will cost 64,900 rupees. Both the phones are now up for pre-booking in India and will go on sale from May 5th. In terms of specification, the smaller 5.8-inch Samsung Galaxy S8 will come with a Quad HD Infinity display along with Exynos 8895 octa-core chipset and 4GB of RAM. The S8 will have an internal memory of 64GB with microSD support up to 256GB. The phone will draw power from a 3000 mAh battery and will run on Android Nougat. In terms of optics, the S8 will sport a 12-megapixel rear camera and an 8-megapixel front shooter. The larger 6.2 S8 Plus will come with an OLED display and offer a higher battery capacity of 3500 mAh due to the bigger display. Other features of the S8 Plus will remain the same as the S8. At the event, Samsung also launched Galaxy S8 accessories such as DeX mobile to PC dock and the new Gear 360 camera. But back to those phones. We spent some time with them and we have to admit they left us mighty impressed. And best of all, they didn't explode. From the looks alone, the S8 no doubt is the most beautiful Samsung phone ever made. Also, the phone feels comfortable in your hand and offers a really good grip. The display is what goes on to be its most striking feature. While Samsung calls it an infinity display, we would like to simplify it for you. It's nothing but an expanded glass screen that covers the entire front of the device and appears to curve seamlessly around its edges. Also, the home button in the new S8 phones has been replaced with a pressure-sensitive section embedded under the screen. Both the phones also have the much-anticipated Bixby, a digital voice assistant to rival Apple Siri. With the dedicated button on the side of the phone, users will be able to ask Bixby to perform any task, from placing calls to recommending restaurants nearby to changing the device's settings.
Bixby is a really cool new intelligent agent that we've put inside the S8 and the S8 Plus. Through Bixby, which sits deep inside the device layers, it is able to understand and read your patterns of use and consumption through the device.
The launch comes at a time when the South Korean tech giant is still recovering after exploding Galaxy Note 7 phones damaged Samsung's brand last fall. Although Samsung promises us that it will never happen again.
Quality and safety continues to be the most paramount focus at Samsung. With that in mind, what we have done in S8 is we've introduced a new 8-point battery safety check process, which is unprecedented, not just for us, but for the entire industry. It is the most stringent battery testing process. And this and other aspects on quality and safety assurance, we are committed to in times and years to come as well.
Only time will tell how the new Galaxies fare in the Indian market, especially considering Samsung is facing growing competition from the low end of the market, with brands like Xiaomi and Oppo offering handsets with similar specs at half the price point. So before pre-ordering the S8 or S8 Plus, make sure you consider other alternatives. And we will be back with the full review very soon.
Right, so let's kick off our audio tech special right here on Tech It Out. So Sahil, what's on the agenda today?
Well, let me ask you something. I mean, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say audio gadget?
Speakers.
Okay, speakers, fine, but also headphones, right?
Yeah, but mostly speakers.
Okay, but for argument's sake, let's say the first thing when I say audio gadget, let's say it is, yes, let's say I'm trying to set us up for our story. You know, I've noticed that you've started improvising a lot. You should, maybe stick to the scripts that I write that I work so hard on every night before this.
I will once you get rid of that mustache. You're giving me too much of a reason to deviate from the script.
Wishful thinking. This, like I said, this is staying for the foreseeable future. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of tech shows tend to, concentrate or, over-focus on things like super expensive headphones.
Of course, except us.
Yeah, we don't do that. We are very, totally unbiased, very professional.
And totally not modest.
Totally, well, let's not go that far. But yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make, is that they tend to go over the top, especially with the headphones that most first-time buyers can't really afford.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't expect a first-time buyer to go out there and buy like an 11 grand or a 15 grand worth headphone, And I think first-time users also need something that's more friendly on their pockets, something that they can easily, very gently, ease into, get a hang of. Yeah. So I'm guessing we're reviewing like a budget-friendly headphone out here.
Well, not a single budget-friendly headphone. In fact, we're doing 3 budget-friendly headphones, all under the price of 10,000 rupees.
Wow. So
and we're going to do it, and this is the best part, we're going to do it in 3 minutes or less.
Oops. So this is like a quickie.
Oh, well, that's exactly what it is. It's just like a quickie.
Well, we all know how busy you are, always short on time with so many decisions to make. While we can't help you save time making these decisions, if it's about a gadget, well, then that's where we step in with our Quickie guide. That's where we tell you all about there is to know about a gadget in 1 minute. And in this episode, we'll be talking about 3 headphones under rupees 10,000 in 3 minutes. Well, if you're looking to buy one, then this is for you. SoundOne BT06 is the cheapest of all the headphones that we're reviewing today. While this Bluetooth-enabled headphone looks pretty good, the build quality is not that high, and that's something you can figure out as soon as you take it in your hands. It fit well on my head and produced good audio results. In fact, the sound was loud enough to cut the external noise. Not to forget, the headphone offers a pretty decent bass as well. Well, the downside is that you can't wear these headphones for too long, as the ear cups press too hard on your ears and it starts hurting after a while. But you can't take away what's good from these headphones. This one is a feature-packed headphone with an FM option and a slot for a micro SD card. Pairing it with my phone was easy, and switching between FM and Bluetooth was a cakewalk. Well, don't expect the battery to last for more than 5 hours. While this headphone gets a lot of brownie points from us, it's the discomfort of the ear cups that pours cold water on all the other good features. So, well, it's a no from us. Well, this one looks a little bulky, but the comfort that it brings is phenomenal. The best part here is that the ear cups are greatly padded. They don't rest on your ears, instead they comfortably fit around the ears. I was so impressed with the audio quality, as you can feel every minute detail of the song that you'll be listening to. Wear this headphone for hours on a stretch and trust me, you won't feel any discomfort. Look-wise, it's a decent one with brushed aluminium design covering the ear pad. Though it appears to be a little bulky, it doesn't feel at all in usage. one is meant for home or studio use. Don't expect a lot of noise cancellation. In an outdoor or a noisy area, a little bit of noise does sneak in too. But if you have a budget of about 10,000 rupees, do consider buying this one. Of all the 3 headphones that we're reviewing today, this one is the only high-res audio certified headphone. Declaring it beautiful would be an understatement because this one is actually quite elegant. The design is neat and minimalist. It's anyway so light, and the high-quality padded air cups make it great for long hours of music listening. The only downside is that despite being so expensive, it disappoints a bit in noisy areas. Well, in a nutshell, it's got a great design and excellent audio results. But the reason we would not recommend is its lack of noise cancellation. But if that's not an issue for you, well then go ahead and buy it. Well, did I beat the timer? Yeah, well, I would say that was a pretty satisfying quickie.
Okay, so I think now it's time to take a quick break on this show.
And taking a cue from that last story, here's a quickie break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Tech It Out on WION, and it's time now to get you some apps to fulfill your musical needs.
And here's an interesting fact. If you were to lump all of those apps together, you'd probably get not fewer than a zillion apps spread across Google Play and the App Store.
This has to be your independent research. It is, right?
Yeah. What's wrong with it? I think it's very, I've corrected it. I've verified it, double checked it, triple checked it. A jillion times checked it. It's actually, wait, is jillion more or a zillion more? I'm not sure. Whichever one it is. But
is jillion even a thing, Sahil?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Jillion.
Pretty
So
sure.
according
articulate and intelligent.
Yeah, no, according to my estimate, those apps are between a zillion to a gazillion to a jillion.
But unfortunately, I don't think we have enough space on our smartphones these days to download a zillion, or for that matter, even a jillion.
It's debatable, but yeah.
Fortunately, we've dug up a more realistic number for the top apps, top music apps that you guys should have on your Android and iOS phones. Check it out.
When you think of music apps, the first thing that probably comes to your mind is a music streaming app. And Spotify clearly wins the title of the best in this category. With over 20 million songs to choose from, complete with audiobooks, live radio, some comedy and poetry, the experience only turns sweeter. You can even listen to speeches on Spotify. The free version offers normal streaming quality at 96 kbps and high quality at 160 kbps. And if that's still not enough for you audiophiles, upgrade to a super premium 1411 kbps for $14.99 US a month. And by shelling out those extra dollars, cut yourselves a sweet deal by listening to your favorite tracks offline even before the release. And for those of you in India, fret not, because we've got you covered too. Here are some alternatives to Spotify in India. One of India's first music streaming apps, Savan, lays out a great interface with a pleasing collection of 7 million Indian and international numbers. Dance to those Bollywood numbers or twist to whatever you feel like from their curated playlists for free. But if you're looking for an uninterrupted musical experience, upgrade to Savan Pro for 99 Indian rupees on Android and 120 Indian rupees for iOS and go ad-free. And that's not all. With Savan Pro, get access to exclusive content and download music offline on not just one but 5 devices. Another music streaming app in India is Wink, complete with curated playlists of top selections. Airtel users can avail this service at just 29 Indian rupees, but if you are not an Airtel user, you can download the app from Apple App Store for 60 Indian rupees. And for those with an Android phone, get it for 90 Indian rupees a month. Wynk comes with a user-friendly interface and lets you enjoy the latest tracks from a collection of over 1.8 million songs.
I'm still upset.
The app has an endless list of music and categories to offer. Its pricing is strategic but doesn't strike the best deal for non-Airtel users. But one can simply play songs in a moderate quality without sparing a penny. Now we know all you music lovers can't do without those karaoke nights at your favorite bar.
All by myself.
But what if you feel like some at home or while driving? Fret not, because here is Sing. With one of the largest music databases for karaoke, the app ups the tempo with features like audio effects to polish quality.
Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me through the night.
And just in case you happen to be all alone, you can even pick people to sing along with you to the same track.
If I could reach the stars,
I'd pour one down for you.
shine it on my heart.
Pay $10 a year to become a VIP user to a community to enhance the karaoke experience on your iOS or Android device.
Good, baby, if I could.
Now, most of us music lovers have at least once wanted to try our hands at music generation and production. And Rolly here brings just that app. Noise. Take this and sky is the limit to what you can create with a mass palette of powerful studio sounds right in the palm of your hand. Produce, perform, or record from over 100 sounds by creating a masterpiece right at your fingertips. The newbies can even learn at the interface as they experiment. Such is noise that even pro EDM DJs across the globe help it become better. Rhymes, RZA, and Steve Aoki, just to name a few.
It's time now to take a real quick break on the show right now because we have
a lot more audio tech action on the other side. See you very soon.
Welcome back and thanks so much for staying tuned with us here on Tech It Out. Now we've covered the headphones, we've covered the music apps. What about the speakers? Where are they? Are you ignoring them on purpose?
No, I'm not ignoring them. In fact, I'll do you one better. How about we do something like, let's say, car audio systems. Would you like that?
I would, but JBL, Harman Kardon, Bose, which one?
Well, nothing that upmarket. I was thinking more along the lines of aftermarket car audio systems.
Like a customized thing, like Pimp My Ride?
Well, not exactly. There's more to it than that, I would say.
But to be fair, there are car audio systems that, you know, cars come integrated with these days, and some of them have some pretty crazy audio.
Sure, that's a very valid, very valid point. But, you know, for the very best in sound quality, some would say that, you know, aftermarket car audio systems are still the best way to go about it. And up next, we met a few young people who are doing just that. They're doing some crazy stuff in the world of aftermarket audio systems. This is their story. Take a look.
See, personally, I feel car audio is very important part in your car buying experience. So, not much emphasis has been given to car audio of late, but now people are getting more and more aware of their car audio music systems, and they are preferring cars over car audio. Still, the market is at very nascent stage. But there's a whole lot of opportunities. The car manufacturers are focusing on better and better audios, but still on the entry-level car market side, lot can be done on the car audio front. So there are 10,000 car accessory shops and each one bows down as a car audio expert. But overall the scenario has been pretty bad. The way people were doing business, the way they were doing car audio was very bad, and I must say it was actually pathetic. The way they were doing wirings and handling car audio was next to nothing. So when we started it, we wanted to imply good practices of car audio. Internationally it's been done in a very, very good manner. It's not that we are coming up with something very, very radical. We just followed basic steps for car audio. We did good wiring, good sound insulation, choosing right car speakers and amplifiers for a particular car, and it can lift up the car audio to next level. And it adds a lot on your driving experience, because car is the only time where you can listen to a good audio. So one good favorite track can lift up your mood to any level. So it's a great stress buster. When we see the enthusiasm among our clients and customers, we know that there's a great future ahead for car audio business. Motor Concept is primarily focusing on car audios. We are very, very passionate about how we do business. We don't rush up to things. Cars are next biggest buy after a home, and people take it very, very seriously. So again, I said it's best practices. We did our training from abroad. We went to US, we went to Thailand, which are very, very mature market compared to Indian market. So, and we saw how work happens there. And the same practices we are trying to imply here, because you are playing with the car. It's again an electrical part which has been handled, and technically for the car safety you need to have proper wiring layouts. You need to insulate your car so that the noise and ambient noise should be controlled. So all these practices are very important. Plus we have brought some great brands from international, from Germany, from US, and we are bringing some very good brands to the Indian market. Obviously, the market in Western countries is far more mature. They have great setups, which again we will take time to come up to their level. But again, the youth is very, nowadays everyone access to have internet and everything. So they know what kind of setups are going up in markets like Russia and America. They want to follow up the same in the Indian market as well. So people know their high bass setup. We conduct bass battle competitions as well. So it's more of a competition than a craze. So we want to have that competing enigma in the customers. We are in business for last 6 years, and still there are a lot of practices which we want to implement in the market. There are a lot of tuning gadgets we want to bring in to uplift the car audio setups. Acoustically, we want to design them better. So there's a lot of scope, and even we are getting those feedback from our customers as well. Our customers, again, the profile has varies from 17 years old young chap to a 50 years old lawyer. So everyone wants good audio. So you just have to understand their taste, whether they want a high bass setup or whether they want complete sound quality SQ setup, which is called. So you have to just understand your customer's taste, and there are a whole lot of things which are still has to be brought up in the Indian market. we are not planning for a franchise model over the Indian market, but a lot of people, young enthusiasts are approaching us for support. So we will be coming as a technical partner to a lot of places in the Indian market. So you'll shortly see us in Dehradun, Chandigarh and areas of sorts.
Well, that's it for this episode of Tech It Out. We really hope you enjoyed the show.
We'll see you same time next week. But until then, keep tweeting to us at @WION_TechItOut. You can also reach us out on Facebook.
We'll see you same time next week. Thank you for watching.
Tech It Out, co-powered by the new Nissan Terrano. Smarter, bolder.